Hello friends! Welcome to Storytime with Miss Monique. Today's story is called The Snail and the Whale. This is a really nice story about a very special friendship. And it's written by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. Let's begin. This is the tale of a tiny snail and a great big gray-blue humpback whale. This is a rock as black as soot. And this is a snail with an itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. And as she gazed, you can see her here. As she gazed, she sniffed and sighed. The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. She sounds a little sad. These are the other snails in the flock, who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock and said to the snail with itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wiggle, sit still, stay put." But the tiny snail sniffed and sighed, then cried, "I've got it, I'll hitch a ride." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said, "Ride wanted around the world." She drew that. Wow. This is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale, immensely long, who sang to the snail in a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out of the starlit sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." He's going to give the snail a ride. This is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on his tail to towering icebergs and far off lands. Wow. With fiery mountains and golden sands. And there she is on the tip of his tail. And the dolphins, wow, and the sea turtles. And there's a monkey in the tree. These are the waves that arched and crashed, that foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Wow. Ooh, and what's this? These are the caves beneath the waves, where the colorful fish with feathery fins and sharks with hideous toothy grins swam past the whale and the snail on his tail. This is the sky, so vast and high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, sometimes filled with a thunderstorm, with zigzag lightning flashing and frightening, the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Beautiful sunny days and rainy, stormy days. He's hanging on tight. And she gazed at the sky and the sea and the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all. And she said to the whale, "I feel so small." There's a bear and an eagle. Wow. So pretty. She's really seeing a lot of the world. But then came the day the whale, lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. Oh no, this is the tide slipping away. Poor whale. And this is the whale lying beached in a bay. Quick, off the sand, back to sea, cried the snail. I can't move on land. I'm too big, moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. Then, I've got it, she cried, and started to crawl. I must not fail, said the snail. I wonder where she's going. This is the bell on the school in the bay, ringing the children in from their play. And this is the teacher holding her chalk, telling the class, sit straight, don't talk. This is the board, as black as soot. And this is the snail with the itchy foot. A snail! A snail! The teacher turns pale. Look, say the children, it's leaving a trail. This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail saying, save the whale! Oh, wow, he made a message on the blackboard. Let's see what happens. These are the children running from school, fetching the firemen, digging a pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. Oh, they're helping. Look, they're digging and they're spraying. Whales need to stay wet. Let's see. Oh, this is the tide coming into the bay. Yay. Oh, and these are the villagers shouting, hooray, as the whale and the snail travel safely away. Look, here she is on his tail. She saved her friend. Let's see. Back to the dock and the flock on the rock, who said, how time's flown and haven't you grown? Oh, I bet she's glad to be back with her friends. And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars in enormous waves, and of how the snail, so small and frail, with her looping, curling, silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled snail after snail after snail. Wow, I wonder what they're going to do. And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the gray-blue humpback whale. They're all going on an adventure. Wow, so much fun. The end. What a nice way to be friends and take care of one another. Thank you, friends. Until next time, goodbye. I hope you enjoyed.